InfoHub. In our headlines, Guyana to host OAS 24 Tourism Congress, CSSP offering life-changing opportunities for Sophia Youth and Region 7 schools set for major rehabilitation. Stay tuned for the details of these and more.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
We begin with the news that the government has released the contract with Tullow Guyana BV and Eco Atlantic Oil and Gas Incorporated. The contract documents are available on the Department of Public Information's website, that's www.dpi.gov.gy, and the ministry's website at www.nre.gov.gy. The terms of the contract are the same as those for ESSO Exploration and Production Guyana Limited and partners Hess and CNOOC and Exxon. Tullow Oil, parent company of Tullow Guyana BV, is a leading independent oil and gas exploration and production company, which has interests in 90 exploration and production licenses across 16 countries that are in West Africa, East Africa, and new ventures, which includes Guyana and French Guyana. In the interest of transparency, the government of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana will continue to make petroleum agreements available to the public. The Guyana Water Incorporated's Managing Director, Dr. Richard Van West Charles, implores citizens not to encourage attacks on its field staff. Here's this Tiffany Rodias report.
I think it is important at this juncture that all of our citizens must stand up against this type of lawlessness in our country.
Dr. Van West Charles was condemning an attack on disconnection crew in the area of Buxton on Thursday. Initially, an irate resident allegedly threatened the staff on Wednesday and then torched the crew's vehicle yesterday. Dr. Van West Charles explained that the crew's work is part of the process to improve GWI's services. He noted the recent incident has sparked the need for police protection in high-risk areas.
Wherever we assess that there is a high risk, we will inform the police through our security consultants, which we have on staff, and they will support us in this approach.
There have been 4 violent attacks on GWI field staff last year, particularly on the east coast of Demerara. Dr. Van West Charles says the company will consult with residents and neighborhood democratic councils to ensure residents understand the importance of letting field staff conduct their work.
Therefore, it is inevitable that one would see this activity across the country in all of the regions. Nothing specific to the village of Buxton, nothing specific to any one geographic area, one ethnic grouping, one religious grouping.
The Guyana Police Force is investigating the recent incident. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
3 special reports of the Parliamentary Sectoral Committee on Social Services on visits to 3 hospitals were adopted in the National Assembly. Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Cummings, has assured that many prior problems are being addressed with alacrity by the government. Details from Stacey Carmichael.
The 3rd, 4th, and 5th special reports of the Committee on Social Services, which highlight recommendations to improve healthcare delivery at the New Amsterdam Hospital, the Diamond Diagnostic Center, and Georgetown Hospital, were on Thursday adopted in the House. Chairperson and Opposition Member of Parliament Dr. Vindhya Prasad urged that the prioritizing of healthcare be done continuously.
As we sit here in the National Assembly, I hope there were recommendations in these reports don't remain recommendations in the reports, and the reports are just left there, but they can be acted on, because both sides of the House sit in the Social Sector Committee, and we were all able to see firsthand what's happening at the New Amsterdam Hospital. And we need to ensure that the recommendations put forward here are taken on board.
Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Cummings, said when this administration assumed office in 2015, it recognized the deplorable state of the health sector. She cited the visit to the New Amsterdam Hospital on March 2, 2017.
It was really beyond our imagination to contemplate the level of destruction that was done. Nevertheless, I was happy to be part of this exercise, to visit New Amsterdam Hospital, Region 6, on March 2, 2017. Basically, the purpose was to have looked at the operational efficiency of the hospital, to observe the facilities available, to ensure that quality of services, efficient service being rendered to the patients, to see where the gaps were, to look at constraints and challenges faced by staff, and of course to make recommendations on the way forward.
Similar sentiments were expressed by MP John Adams.
When the new maternity wing is completed, it will have its own theater. And that will bring the number of theaters to 4 working at the New Amsterdam Hospital. The X-ray unit is in working condition, Mr. Speaker, and the Ministry of Public Health is trying its utmost to ensure that there's better healthcare delivery not only to New Amsterdam Hospital, but to all healthcare facilities in Guyana.
Other speakers on the motions included opposition MPs Dr. Frank Anthony, Vishwa Mahadio, and Dr. Jennifer Westford. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Delicia Haynes tells us that Guyana will host the OAS's 24th Tourism Congress.
The Congress, which takes place on the 21st and the 22nd of March at the Marriott Hotel, will be attended by international and regional tourism officials. National Coordinator Donald St. Clair said the response has been overwhelming, with 25 of the OAS member countries slated to attend.
What I'm hearing from the OAS authorities at this is perhaps the best attended OAS Congress. If that turns out to be so, then Guyana deserves the kudos. Right? I think it certainly speaks to our sense of how we can host things. That, as you know from the media, Guyana seems to be hosting almost every week a new meeting, a new seminar, talking international, and in this case, a Congress.
OAS Representative Ambassador John Rico Dormias congratulated the government for the commitment shown to the growth and development of the tourism sector.
With all the ministers of tourism in Georgetown to discuss strategies and ways to connect and to push the sector, I believe Guyana will do well.
The two-day Congress will be held under the theme, Connecting the Americas Through Sustainable Tourism. It will be preceded by a tourism exhibition organized by the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana on March 20. President David Granger will also host the visiting dignitaries to a reception on March 21st. The conference is being managed by OAS conference specialist Luis Coimbra of Brazil. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
The Guyana School of Agriculture has been successfully producing local products and spearheading training. Stefan Gabriel tells us that this is all part of the effort to boost food security and the economy.
As Guyana embarks on agricultural transformation, special emphasis has been placed on the promotion of local goods. Assistant Manager of the GSA's agro-processing facility, Stacey McDonald, highlighted the agro-processing industry's importance to this transformation and the economy.
The agro-processing industry is critical to Guyana economy because it creates a link between the industries and the agricultural economy. And with the change in habits and lifestyle of Guyanese and people around the world, it is critical for us to develop products to make life a bit easier.
According to McDonald, the facility also prepares students to become young entrepreneurs.
Many times the students leave here and they cannot find a job. And it's the best thing for them to develop their own products and so that they can be their own bosses.
Established in 1963, the GSA is Guyana's premier agricultural education institution that meets the need for a national agricultural training institute. Its students have been involved in research and agro-processing. They produce a line of GSA-branded products whose proceeds are utilized to manage the school. For InfoHub, Stefan Gabriel.
The government anti-crime skill training program continues to expand. We now bring you that report from Zenil Williams.
Component 1 of the Citizen Security Strengthening Program aims to make youths between the ages of 16 and 25 resilient to crime and violence through the provision of technical and vocational training and psychosocial support. Colin Marks, Community Action Officer for Sophia, explained that a second batch of youths are about to be enlisted.
This particular phase is focusing a lot on accreditation for these youth. So they are being engaged at the level of institutions. So what it makes happen or makes possible for them is that they get a technical certificate or one with a high level of competence. So, so they're going into institutions now. They're not necessarily going to the artisans in the community, and they're learning things like catering, cosmetology, plumbing, welding, IT and business.
Sophia resident Rickwan Adams attends the Community Training Center. He encouraged youths to get on board and to make use of the opportunities available through the CSSP.
Giving me the more opportunity to learn, that I learn enough in secondary school. So it's coming so nice.
Kiana Barker is another beneficiary of the CSSP skill training and a graduate of the Carnegie School of Home Economics. She urged youths to grasp at the second chance being provided.
I have completed dressmaking 1 at Carnegie, so I have a certificate for the first semester at Carnegie. Presently doing dressmaking 2, right here.
Registration for the technical and vocational training under the IDB funded program continues in regions 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Further information can be provided by calling telephone number 222-8865. Zenil Williams for InfoHub.
The Rainforest Tours and Safari Club, in collaboration with the Guyana Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, launched the 16th annual Pacaraima Mountain Safari today. Seneca Thorne has the details.
The Pacaraima Mountain Safari offers participants the opportunity to experience the scenic beauty of Guyana's mountainous regions. Managing Director of Rainforest, Frank Singh, explained that one of the main highlights of the trip will be the overnight stop at Tusining Village.
This year it is totally different because we are working as a partnership between the Pacaraima Safari Club and the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs. The third day, which we working along with the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, is to overnight at Tusining. This is our first time we're going to overnight in Tusining, and as I mentioned before, it's because of the Village Day that the Ministry of Indigenous Affairs have created there.
Minister Valerie Garrido-Low encouraged the organizers to explore the idea of adding small community projects as part of their activities.
Consider one day for a project within a community. Let's say if you have a small bridge to build, you need to build a bridge somewhere at a crossing. What we can do as a ministry, we can let them know before how they can help, and when you come, you can put in the rest of help.
Dubbed an adventure of a lifetime, the 1,000-mile journey will take participants through 14 indigenous villages, including Karasabai, Monkey Mountain, Paramakatoy, and Orunduk. There will also be visits to Orunduk and Cheong Falls. The safari will end on April 1 in Lethem, where participants will have the opportunity to experience the Rupununi Rodeo. Banks DIH and the Guyana Oil Company Guyana are the main sponsors of the event. Some 30 vehicles and a number of motorcycles are expected to participate. Seneca Thorne for InfoHub.
Cuyuni Mazaruni students are poised to benefit from improved facilities.
This move comes as several schools in the region are being rehabilitated to ensure a friendly and conducive learning environment. This was disclosed by the Regional Education Officer Akbar Chindu.
We got a building for Cameron Primary School. We're going to have a new structure there. We're going to have an extension to the female dormitory at DCC, the Fox Secondary, the female dormitory. We're going to have a sanitary block there, 12 compartment. We will also be having an enclosure at Carrow Creek Primary School, that's in Low Mazaruni. And also we're going to replace the burnt out section of the Bartica Secondary School dormitory. We have a section that was destroyed by fire a few years ago, but this year we're going to have that completely refurbished, changed.
According to research, child-friendly schools develop a learning environment in which children are motivated and able to learn. This is something the government has constantly been aiming for since taking office. With that in mind, they have been investing heavily in the country's education system. In this year's budget alone, $41.9 billion was approved for the development of the education sector. Region 7 accounted for $1.4 billion of that amount. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Check our website or Facebook page for more details as we bring you updates on developments across Guyana and further afield. Thanks for watching, and remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.